So now we're going to move on to new business. And can I please have an informed reading by Emily Lodger? Okay. For young members, Clover Bud and Explorer Day Camp is on Saturday, January 30th, 2016. And you can look for an email in the next few weeks or for more details. And then cultural arts. Creative Arts Festival is scheduled for January 23rd, 2016 at the Meyer Middle School in River Falls starting at 9 a.m. Call the UW Extension Office for more information, and registration is due by December 22nd, 2015. Camp counselor applications for 4-H camp is due on January 25th, 2016. Okay, and then winter roundup mandatory meeting for all Pierce County 4-H horse families is Sunday, February 21st at 3 p.m. for new members/leaders and at 4 p.m. for established members and leaders. You are required to attend this meeting if you plan to attend Pierce County Fair with your horse or pony. Okay, thank you. I'm going to have Annetta talk a little bit about the Communication Festival. It's on January 23rd.
I guess the first thing I wanted to make sure is that everybody should be aware that the informant came out this week. You probably got a hard copy this time instead of
in an envelope.
Yeah, came in a brown
a yellow half-size envelope. It was folded in half. And it's very important that you guys find that and open it because it's got your registration forms in it for the Creative Arts Festival for this year. Deadline to enter is December 30th. They bumped it back a little bit because it got out kind of late. So you guys need to look at that and decide if that's something you want to do. Does everybody know what the Creative Arts Festival is? Is there anybody here that doesn't know what it is and would like to know more about it?
Yeah, I don't know which one it is anymore. I don't know.
Okay, this is the one that we did in Elwood last year, so it's the arts and crafts and the speaking.
Okay, that's all now I know what it is.
Annetta, so on that, my question is, which one of those do you use to sign up for arts and crafts?
The arts and crafts registration is this one on page 13.
Okay.
It says at the very top, arts and crafts registration form.
I didn't see it.
And
Your pages must have said,
yeah, and then after that on page 19, that's where it has all the communication stuff on it.
Okay,
Where you have to put your title and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so yeah, if you guys want to know more about what you guys can do here, and you have a couple minutes, see me after the meeting.
or me, if you're the Clover Buds and Explorers, if you're kindergarten through 3rd grade, let's get together and talk about it, because that's one of the things that I want to do. I will actually get the Clover Buds and Explorers signed up for some things, because we're going to be doing some crafts at an upcoming meeting that we'll be able to enter in that. And there also, you can do the pledges. The kids can, the K through 4 actually, can recite the Pledge of Allegiance as well as the 4-H pledge and get ribbons for that. You can bring arts and crafts, you can do a speech, a demonstration, a reading, a poetry reading, a written speech. You can do creative writing, all sorts of different things that are all in this newsletter. So if you guys will look through that, and then, like I said, I'm going to sign you up for a few things, but I'll send out an email to those new, especially those Clover Buds and Explorers, with a little bit more detail. But the important thing is we have to get you signed up and get that turned in before the end of December on the 30th. So.
Right. And if for some reason you guys didn't get this newsletter, now that I have it in my hot little hands, it'll be on the website this week.
All right. We need to set a time for sledding party at the Emery's, but we are going to have a kind of a discussion if we want to have the sledding and the meeting both at the Emery's, or if we want to have sledding at the Emery's, or have a meeting here and have just transferred, or if we want to have it on separate days.
So, Annetta, why don't you explain a little bit why this came up?
Okay.
Why this?
I know that I had some comments made after the last meeting that everybody was your basement is wonderful, I appreciate it, but it's very small, confined, and everybody's very loud after an activity down there, and it gets very difficult for people to pay attention and hear what's going on. So what we did was we wanted to see what you guys think about going over and doing the sledding and then coming back here for a meal and meeting. So that's what Alicia's going to talk about with a couple options for you guys to discuss.
You want me to just listen again?
Well, why don't you say
Yeah,
what
let's
the
go.
one proposal is, and then we'll see maybe what Bill has to add, and this is probably gonna be more for the parents, you know, or maybe some, you know, the kids can, but maybe the parents probably have more opinions
Probably.
than the kids do.
So our proposal, Kylie, you have a question?
Well, no, I just want to say that the sledding would have to be at an earlier time to give us time to get down here, like
Yeah, so
after
let her
3
talk.
or at 6.
Yeah, so then-
All right, so our proposal for the moment is it's going to be at January 10th. And the pre-meeting activity would be sledding at the Emery's Farm from 3 p.m. to 4:45 p.m. And a meal would be served at the Bay City Legion from 5 to 6. And a meeting at the Bay City Legion at 6. And snack and drink would be provided by the Emery family.
That's one idea. So what does anybody else have? Yeah, maybe, Bill, do you have any thoughts, feelings?
I'm pretty open. I like the idea of having the sledding party because everybody seemed to have fun at that. And I don't see anybody asking to,
Except we gotta snow first.
well, I get that too, but,
Do we have an alternative if there's no snow?
well, I can always do a hayride,
Oh,
that type of thing.
We can go to Welcome City.
not everybody.
But really, my thought with you guys is, yes, it is a little noisy down there, and if we had hot dogs and stuff like we have in the past, then yeah, it gets even louder because we can't just come in and sit down. So if you guys wish to do that, that's fine. Our family is pretty flexible that way.
Any other thoughts, Jalen? Oh,
I was just wondering, like, would the snack and drink end up being a meal, or would, like, we have a meal and a snack and drink after?
the second.
I offered to actually make a light meal for the club.
And then have like,
And then-
snack and drink after?
If Bill's on snack and drink, then he can bring a dessert type thing. if
Well,
that-
or maybe it would make more sense if the kids are sledding, to have something during the hour and
Sledding
45
time.
minutes while they're sledding, they could have a little something there. and
Hot
then-
chocolate or something.
Then when the meeting was over, they'd be done and go home, and there'd be nothing after.
Yeah.
Jalen, how?
What if there is no snow?
We'll just go skiing at Welcome.
Stop, we're not going to be-
Mr. Emery said he'd take us on a hayride at his house if we didn't have any snow. It'd make it an hour and 45 minutes of hayride, it's like school. Just jump off and dig some Yeah.
We have some really early outfits.
Any other thoughts? Kylie Smith?
I like this idea because we can like kind of cool down. Not cool down because we're already cold, but after we go sledding, we can like separate from each other and cool
Drive
down
here.
that way, and then drive here, and then we'll all be kind of more calm when we get here, and we can have a faster meeting that way because not everyone's having to stop for talking to people and stuff like that.
The one question I have is, I wonder about the younger members, if they come sledding, how many of your parents, after they're sledding and you get them in the car, are you gonna get them here, or are you gonna say, forget this, let's just go home? I mean, that's a concern too, is if we switch locations, some people are gonna do that. Some people are gonna say, well, I don't care if Annette's making food, that meeting doesn't start till 6 and it's a little bit before 5 right now. Yeah, let's go home. So that's a concern.